Good day to you, friend.
Greetings to you too.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians. I'm Godwin.
Peace be with you. Neither would one...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell, and we are both a little on... I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the... And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they?
Do you want to make use of the council to improve the...
Not at all. However, we would like the situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. You have men and weapons.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we...
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is...
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money...
You remind me of my young friend Henry.
Henry? That messenger of Radzik...
You know each other.
That would be him. But we did not get off to a very...
Well, maybe you'll get to know each other better. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead...
Wait. A blacksmith, you said? From Scarlet's?
Aye, that's right.
I knew of someone.
My daughter knew him most. And that is why Samuel is in this world.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one.
And that was all...
Why? You should have taken care of me.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't, at least none of his own. He took in Henry and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him.
A person can't choose their parents.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink.
For that, there will...
Good health.
L'chaim.
I'll teach her a lesson too.
Good health to you, sir.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant. Chevalier. I am a warrior, a traveler, a...
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to...
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. How did you end up imprisoned in...
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate...
That needs some explanation.
Oh, misère. It is clear you have...
You're quite mistaken, Monsieur Baron.
Ah, this Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farmhands, children, and even... Do tell me about it. No doubt you...
My last big battle was in Kosovo.
I've heard of this battle.
Aye. And it was there I decided it was nothing.
Then, what are you doing here at...
The law. How come almost nobody...
I am operating, as they say. My great benefit is my strong connection with the... There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia,
You say you're a poet?
jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? I think not. To recite a
Where have you been on your travels?
But of course! If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have tried. If you are interested in my greatest deed, then...
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected.
And to yours.
I would have expected a bit more sense. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein.
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of.
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be...
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask...
As it happens, I've got nothing...
Excellent. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has served... And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut...
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
When Sigismund sees that, he'll be off to Hungary all the sooner.
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves.
But he can't retreat either.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We just need negotiators who'll...
Are you saying you set everything in motion?
More like in parallel. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea...
You've got an interesting way of...
You're certainly not the first to tell me that.
Why are you doing all this?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on...
I'll help you.
I'll give you 3 names. Bocek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of... If you can get those 3 on our side, meanwhile, I'll take care.
Tell me a bit more about those people.
Certainly. Who do you want to start with?
Anna of Waldstein.
Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised you forgot.
I was quite surprised to see her here.
A male affair? So Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplary young wit. But don't trust appearances. She's got claws. She knows how to do her son.
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's money, of course.
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his, and that it was thanks to her.
Bocek of Kunststadt.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estate. He doesn't play the big game. Because he doesn't. He always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up...
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a Kuttenberg?
He still is. The only one who retained his position, only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuttenberg. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the
What if it doesn't work?
I refuse to even consider that outcome.
Why me?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. There aren't many like...
I'll get on it then.
I wish us both luck. Before the day is over...
Success to our... God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like...
God be with you.
Your diplomat...
No beating around the bush, eh? I like...
Margrave Yob's plan has some gap.
to muster an army that Margrave...
Christ!
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money. Although, between the two of us, it is...
Hit the nail on the head again, Mom.
I am rarely mistaken.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for...
Then you were in the right place.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack him. So, to the point.
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to...
Nothing more. I'd say that's plenty.
It's not only your money. You're well able to negotiate and trade.
Then I'd be helpful to you. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good...
Do you have something in particular?
Well, one of the guests here has...
Who's that?
Harmon Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him...
All right, I'll help you. Or at least...
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the Bring them to me, and put these there instead. But watch yourself. Order...
Not even watching.
Take a look at that. A nightingale, sir.
Huh? What brings... Greetings. What do you need?
I just need to get something from the shed. You know what? Take this.
And what's there to...
Not as... I've got those papers from all...
Quiet! You don't have...
My lady, with all the clamour, here they are.
You're more capable.
You're welcome.
As agreed. I will support...
Thank you. No.
Yes, quite. But let's...
How could I refuse a toast with such a fine...
And to the success of our...
I'd like to check your horses out.
Pah, even better. But
And you might not believe your eyes when you do. Well, we have a...
I wanted to...
you wanted to apologize for crashing into
I want to have a word with old...
Well, I'm having a word with you
I apologize, Father.
for interrupting our conversation.
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up.
We'll talk later and in private. Right now...
Don't try my...
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but it. I got him a place at the Archbishop, only it wasn't long before. And then I find out he's... But he took his boozing and whoring along.
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have...
You have the impertinence to show me your face?
You're exaggerating.
Me? Exaggerating? Your horse wandering around as if they owned the place.
Oh, actually, anything fun was... But maybe you ought to try it yourself sometime.
You dishonor...
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor.
That's enough!
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults.
I'm not happy about it, but I accept. This isn't how I imagined my first meeting with my brother.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man. Enough! That will do. My God. Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer.
I was in a war. Right after the... And you ought to know yourself. Not all the...
Why? Well...
So Father would be satisfied, only he'll never be satisfied. The sooner...
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down.
Not at all. When I was 6 years old, I felt he wouldn't talk to me for a week because...
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was...
Only 3 days.
I always wondered who you were.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. But now...
And that's why you want to talk...
I've got to get him on our side and to...
Aren't we all on the same side?
Maybe everyone's saying that. But it's time to...
After your encounter with Father... Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger...
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure.
All right, then. You've heard your... It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around...
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers.
I expect Alder's not the only...
You got that?
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pardon?
You're...
He looks more like a
that's exactly.
Mind where you're going.
They're without one. They're trying to forge it.
They were on the wrong side. Who got the most out of it? You can no longer afford to wait.
If I didn't have ready, I'd leave unattended for a few days without him damn near getting executed.
Oh, go easy on him. It wasn't his fault. And you said you forgive him.
How was your trip? Journey.
Mind where you're going.
Sir Kunzler.
You're Godwin, aren't you?
Oh dear.
Have no fear.
What do you think of the rabbi's offer?
Or nothing.
He said he was interested.
Aye, but still he must be aware.
So you...
And isn't it natural? They live in our city. But they're more...
I expect you...
Why wouldn't I?
I hope she doesn't feel unwelcome here.
To her own relative, and I cared for him to...
So it's not true what they say?
Vile slander.
Will you support Marguerite?
That depends on what it is.
Do you think we should look for help? So
I came here for one reason alone. If Yops doesn't lay one out before, God be with you.
Mind where you're going.
No great loss.
3 days.
Sir Bocek, I need to...
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and Jobs comes up with a plan as full of holes.
On the contrary, I've come here...
Does that improvement include a few
A few thousand men-at-arms, only in order to get them.
You've got my attention, but...
How can I persuade...
I need guarantees of security. I don't...
Of course.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in your... I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after. I can't risk it all in a
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you...
My guarantee is called Yitka. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have...
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also...
I believe Liechtenstein.
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's in...
How about young Lord...
He's a youngster.
What's wrong with him? He's young, and he'll give her a whole...
And to half the wenches. On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation, and maybe it's not such a bad idea.
I'll convey your offer to Lord Capon.
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush is the... If he agrees, I'll be happy to...
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the...
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now... Why we mustn't push too hard.
So, but...
Does that...
Only...
You've... I need... You can... I have... I can...
So...
My... If I...
Maybe...
Perhaps...
How about...
He's a young...
He may be... He's got battle experience.
If he gets it. Right now, Hanush... On the other hand, the maybe...
I'll convey your...
I tell if he... The king...
I've got some good news.
The bad news is there's hardly any... There's some old bat standing there with two young... So at least...
You're going to get...
Is she at least pretty?
I don't know. I've never seen her.
You're really a barrel of laughs. No. Enough nonsense.
To your health.
It's like I'm invisible or something.
Oh, to good health! Sir Hanush, I bring...
You do?
Young Lord Capon is...
If he's got some impoverished... I'm not going to support...
You misunderstood my meaning. I mean, with your blessing.
You arranged a marriage for my ward? Just...
With the niece of Sir Butchek, Lord of...
Butchek of Kuds... Godwin, you conniving...
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe so. Young Hans is to...
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the...
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa.
Forget it. Soon I'll be paid. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself.
Cheers!
Cheers to...
said it'd take at least a week to work.
Sir Bocek, you need...
So Hanush agreed.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my...
Thank you.
Enough formality. We'll have it...
Cheers to the beautiful...
Here's to a...
So much to do.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful...
Is this...
Like I said, Miracle. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odoran.
I bring nothing from the House of Odoran. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstad will support our cause.
Both of them. Good.
This is going to be a long story, and I could use...
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes! And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects, not only the Christians. Our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
Yes! The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
After we conquered the city, and then I find out things like...
Your Majesty, we are sorry.
You've already said that.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen. We can have a few captured bandits executed.
We do not care about bandits. We care about... What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king...
What do you mean, sir?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter. Why haven't you done...
We don't know who is behind this.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere. point them to the Jewish quarter and give them free rein to do any. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side.
We do not even have...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jews, your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them.
Your Majesty, we can't...
Silence! How you're a bunch of incompetent sycophants!
I apologize, sire. I'll do...
All I hear from you over and over again, I therefore place the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges.
Silence! I am the... You have to earn your privilege. During my brother's reign, this idleness was... But that is... You were given a few But instead of working on them, you idled in the bath and let the traitors cast... But... Unlike my brother, and I assure you, I do not distinguish between... You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city, and increase... I want clear results, and you answer only to me, and Sir Marquardt von... The council is dismissed. You... Don't be so kind and remain here. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt. Was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly.
Rightfully so. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy. Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities. And get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Raposh. Alderin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Oderin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No. We shall have white. I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
And I have some suggestions for him.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Stulturem mater, sempiter gravida.
I couldn't resist you either. The soft...
You need...
I'd like to drink a toast with you. So, to...
touching.
Come now.
I never had one.
Truly?
Oh, maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is.
See now. Only, there's nothing to drink. Fuck.
I've got a tongue like a slice...
Well, get something.
His lordship is so unsteady on his legs.
To hell with that keg slop. Your father... I had my eye on him all evening. He had and left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs. Try and find...
You can bet on it.
I don't doubt it.
I forgot. Sorry, mate, but you're right about Sigismund. The sooner he's gone, the sooner life returns to this country.
Drink to that.
Wenceslas!
Sigismund's men can trample over us one after another.
I wouldn't disagree.
right here.
Supposed to keep watch outside the gate today.
What's old Kunstler doing with that front?
Don't talk about Lady Anna like that in front of me.
Yeah, well.
Don't you understand? Kunstler.
How'd you like her wine, Chef?
The art of winemaking has a... Recipes are passed on from... I myself was practically raised. Even the French royal, the king himself, had wine
I expect his lordship had the best barrels rolled out. Now, if you'd only know...
Best barrel! This wine would perhaps be suited to the infirmary.
The roast was calling out.
I couldn't resist the either.
We'll wake up in a...
You, we won't get rid of it. Everyone speak.
I spent half the day scrubbing that.
Sorry.
From cleaning up this pig.
I need help with something. I mean the ones with the really good wine.
And you're one of those?
I should say so.
And I'm the king's Anyway, I don't know nothing about no wine. In case you haven't noticed, I'm sweeping the floor. Try asking my ma. She's the cook.
I've come to rescue...
Really? Why don't you...
Well, it occurred to me we...
Of course. Do you play dice?
You mean...
You strip if you like. Either way, you'll end up bare-assed and with an empty...
I'll give that a miss.
Not up to it? Look, if you want a bit of fun, go and see Dasha. She slept with...
Good day.
Sorry,
What do you think?
I haven't eaten so well.
He didn't have to choose me. My old...
Wait! You Sevette...
It's been a long time. I was afraid you'd forgotten.
You haven't changed.
But I have. And you've changed too. Not at all. The years have been...
And how have you been all this time?
Not really. When he remarried and had another son, I also got married. And soon I had my little Elishka. Young Sir Christopher used to come and play with her sometime.
Tell me more about it.
She's a big girl now. She's a maid here for now.
Well, aren't you worried about her?
Even as a little girl, she used to beat up the boys in the village.
And your husband?
Kuba. He died when Elishka was just a baby. He got bitten by...
God grant him it. Why don't we go somewhere together and...
You really haven't. You ought go and have a drink and stop chasing girls.
Where might I...
Why? You don't like the stuff from the...
It's not for me.
Aha. If you go down the cellar, it's Lord Odorin's best.
Why would he do that? If he was so...
Name that the horses immensely left.
May I interrupt you for a...
You already did.
What's the matter?
Everyone keeps saying I didn't believe it. What are you blabbering about?
Haven't you had a little too much water?
Not at all. I could drink every man.
No need.
Stop bothering us and go pester.
May I interrupt you?
You already.
What's the matter?
I'm right.
Your name is
How'd you like a...
The art of recipe. I'm even the king.
So you're not too keen?
Come on, dear. If you try hard,
God be with you and with you.
Greeting.
Sorry.
What?
He
did.
Wait.
I was.
You haven't.
Better. Not at all.
And how have you been all this?
Not. I was young.
Tell me.
She's.
What?
Even.
And your...
Cooper.
God. Where might I find the really...
Why?
Eyes?
Aha. It's look.
Sorry.
From.
I've come... Where?
Do you play dumb?
You mean...
You strip if you like.
All right.
I'm surprised you dare to play me. I don't like to lose. Well, you're not afraid of anything. Have you lost your mind? You're going to lose everything. Let it be now. I want to play too, you know. If I was you, I'd take it. I just knew it would turn out like this. Here's hoping.
May I interrupt you all?
What's the...
What are you...
Haven't not a known...
Stop!
Changing the subject.
The risk I even the this
Baron Vaku.
the risk I even the
No one...
indeed. En tout cas.
The rat'll be good, I hope.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rootheart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you feed it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of your fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. He wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest! Holy shit!
Jesus! The surrounded Christopher! He can't make it on his own! Fucking hell!
I need a hand here! Stand your ground!
Show your stuff!
Shut your eyes! True blood, yeah! Flank him!
No, you don't.
You won't be able to take another one like that!
For your effort.
You won't be able to take another one like
Drive
that!
those horsemen out!
Fuck you!
Jesus! The surrounded Christopher! He can't make it on his own! Jesus! The surrounded Christopher! He can't make it on his own!
Nice hit!
Fuck! God, what have you turned to stone?
Come on!
You nearly knocked his block off. Nice, do it.
shit! You won't get me! Get the fuck!
Jesus! They're surrounding Christopher! He can't make it on his own!
No chance!
Jesus! They're surrounding Christopher! He can't make it on his own!
Double my regard!
Take that! I'm wounded!
Stand your ground!
It's a wonder you're still standing! Too slow! You'll be wounded, sorry! Hey! Get him! We'll kick your ass! True blood! Yeah! Bash him on the head! You haven't a chance! Show your stuff! Fuck!
Go! No. Can't leave now.
Quick!
Whoa!
Too slow! Quick! Ka! Leave him alone!
Whoa!
Go fuck yourself! Do it.
You got him! I'll hack your ass off!
Show what you're made of.
No, you don't.
Now you're
Show your stuff.
And on the upper. Yeah, Horsens. That was
a little too close. Did my eyes deceive me?
Godwin,
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how.
is everyone alright?
Well, some are. They captured Oder and punched that Andrew Todd.
They wanted to slay the rest.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. But... not everyone.
What happened, Godwin?
My younger brother.
You've known him for half a day, so...
Shut up!
Look, leave him be. He's right.
You'll have a chance to get back at them.
And who will that help? Christopher? Me, so...
But as for your father, you...
Well, he's the one who ordered opening the gates to those murderers.
Old grievances aside, Oderin is an ally.
Oh, they all have their quirks. Cousin Bob... We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but Von...
You knew he was coming.
Markvart bragged about it to Sigismund promised to make him Lord of Rabor.
When he sees what Von Baird...
You find that funny? Do you like watching those foreigner dogs rampaging around? Who else has to die before we do something?
Tell us about it. We were neck deep in court.
Well, not you.
Fuck you, Jan. I'd trade places with you in a hot...
We've lost a lot of allies. We'll have trouble finding new ones.
Well, are you surprised? Look around.
You want to give up now?
Nobody said anything. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and...
If I survive the journey... Oh, God's teeth.
The king announced one more thing at the council. That is...
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his...
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least...
They're our allies.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. Maybe Samuel will figure something out. He wanted...
He's here too.
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them.
Anyway, we've got work to do.
Give me a moment. I'll go... Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, crushed, I want to know about it. I'll be with you.
So what? Fighting makes a man hungry.
I'm sure the people in the hall could use our...
away.
But who? Everybody was here. Only Yobst to get out.
Tell me.
After I've
Only...
precise.
What
in the meantime...
I'd like to...
Unfortunately, I cannot...
I've been taking care of animals all my life, and they never do anything like that. No. Only men do such things.
as greedy as a pig. And Hinnegis...
Poor animal. Handsome, young, dirty. Well, at least it was all...
Nothing sacred, son. Such a bloodbath. That animal.
Animals die off. I've been taking care of animals all my life, and they never do anything like that. No, I'm just only about disgusting. Leave it alone. Two of you. Now we're in it with them anyway. They didn't even spare the animals.
My Tempest lost his life too. They put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 like him.
What about your home? Didn't even spare the animals.
Lost his life too. They put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 like him.
What about your home? I don't know. I saw him bolting out the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire.
Maybe he'll come back.
Or maybe the crows are easy on him already.
Didn't even spare the animals.
Put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 like him.
All my life, and they never do anything like that. No, only men do such things.
Nothing sacred to them. Such a bloodbath. They're not
Just it was over quick. Well...